we're just at our first LCS. Ready to hunt for some comics, right, bud?
Yeah.
All right, happy to have you guys back to the comic room. Some great toy finds. I've been hunting for these toys for quite some time. They're always in my radar. This one right here, the Foot Enforcer. I seen this one a little while ago, but the box was just damaged and cruddy, and they still wanted $60 for it. This right here, I got 30% off the $65 tag he wanted. So a great deal. I couldn't find this one on eBay for any less than 50 bucks. I love these collector toys. This one from NECA Toys. Okay, they came out in 2022 and they have been just awesome. So I'm trying to get all of them one at a time, but I love the box. Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Foot Enforcer. So there's that one there. And then my favorite, I'm glad I finally found you, Splinter. Right here, guys, check it out. Got Splinter right there. And you got all the attachments inside the box. And this is mint, absolutely mint. It's like it just came from the factory. So he wanted $57 for this one right here, minus that 30% off. Check it out. You can see old Splinter right there. And this is number 8 of the collection. So I've been trying to hunt for Ghost Rider rides again, 1 and 7. I know it's a pretty easy comic to come by, but they're hard to find in those high grade. I finally found them, 1 through 7. So I finally filled my run, 2 to 6 here. And these are great comics. We gotta get into them later. They're about the origin story of Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider number 1 right here, $4 in a high grade. Cannot go wrong. Not a single spine tick. What I like to see, of course, Ghost Rider number 7 in that black cover. That black spine, which doesn't have a single spine tick as well. You can look at these covers as well. They're pretty dope. So we got number 6. And these are all very, very high grade books as well. So my old books, 2 to 6, they did have the usual spine ticks, but the books that I got just now, 1 and 7, no spine ticks, totally flawless. And number 3, okay. And then we got number 2. I love this cover, absolutely love it. Okay, and then we finally got number 1 right here. So just ones to add to the collection. I've just been hunting for those. Kind of happy that I found them. Thought I'd show you guys. And you know I love those rare Canadian variants. I grabbed a whole bunch of them. You're gonna have to stay to the end because I got a good comic to show you guys. I had to buy it. It just was something that was on my list and I seen it. It was a pretty good deal. I felt I paid pretty good for it. So stick around to the end and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. So this one here is Star Wars number 82. I bought this because of the Canadian variant. Also, the cover is dope. You can see there, 75 cents. And then it's got that barcode. Now, a lot of comics are 75 cents that aren't Canadian variant, so you have to double check to make sure that it's not supposed to be 95 cents. But sure enough, this one here is 75 cents, and what a beauty. So I got the 30% off this one. All right, so right here I got you in the Rare Comics Canadian Price Guide. It's a website where I go to check out pricing for my Canadian variants. I believe you can also come here for UK pricing as well. This book right here shows the 75 cents, and then you can go into this website and you can identify the book you have. Star Wars number 82, 75 cent variant value. So we've confirmed it's a Canadian price variant, CPV, okay? So you can see right down here in the green, it shows $25. It held at 2018 to 19, and then it jumped in price by $1 in 2020, and it held the price. So right now it stands that it's about $10 or $11 more than your direct issue. So this is a great deal and something to hold, right? It's a Star Wars book. It's got Luke Skywalker in the front cover. Gotta love that. It's a great little book right there. It's got that nice jump in price, like you can see right here. Quite the jump between both. So the rarer it gets, the older it gets, the rarer it gets, that is going to stretch drastically. Okay. You know me, when I see a Canadian variant, I snap on them pretty quickly. This one right here was a great opportunity. He only wanted $10 for whatever reason for this book, and this book has not even fired up yet in price. I think it's just getting going. It's The Return of the Jedi number 1. It's got a date stamp, okay, right there in the middle. July 13th, 1980 something. It's not fully there, but I think date stamps are always cool inside a comic book for whatever reason. This book like presents so well. It's got a couple of spine ticks and then a little tiny crease on the corner. You can see right here a page tear. Not a big deal at all. Put that on the press and it should come out pretty nicely. It's amazing, the condition, for $10, 30% off. So I actually paid $7 for this book. All right, so in the price guide, you can see 9.2. Not sure if this book's going to make a 9.2 with that little tiny tear on the edge of the paper and that crease. I mean, I'm going to throw it through a press and clean it and get the book to whatever I can get it. But I don't think it's going to be above a 9, maybe an 8.5, a 9 tops. The book I paid $7 for, so I've already made a ton of money on it. I can sell it any day for $30, okay? You can see on the price chart here, there's a mad jump right here. Almost doubled the price from a direct copy all the way to a Canadian price variant in that 9.2, of course. Goes from $20 to $40. So again, amazing book right there. Canadian price variant, super cool. This was kind of a cool book, I thought, and it was a Canadian variant, so that's why I grabbed it, but also the condition, which got me. Fantastic Four 251. Very colorful book there. So you got the team in the Fantastic Four in there. Okay. All right, so the Fantastic Four 251 is a small little key because it does have the first appearance of Sharon Selleck. It does go for $12, this book, so it's not a big priced book for the rarity, and like this book is in absolute great condition right here. I would say this is the high grade. But for the rarity of this book, it's great to keep into the collection. You know, you can still pick this book up for $12. So it's a great deal. And I feel that one to hold because it's going to grow in value. Another great Fantastic Four book, number 253, as well a Canadian variant. Super dope Ben Grimm cover again. And we got Richard Reed in there, as well as Susan Franklin. So he wanted $8. You can see right there for this super high grade as well. So $8. Not sure if you knew that this was a Canadian variant or not, but $8. So I paid about $5 or $6 for it. Let's see how I did. So as you can see, there's no real key factor inside this book that I can see. It has Ananias, Julie Angel, and Sharon Selleck appearance, just besides a nice cover, and you got your Fantastic Four in there. But a 9.2 is $12, and you can see the difference from a regular direct being only $6, and then your high grade 9.2 Canadian price variant jumps, doubles the price to $12. So that sense, it's a fantastic book to pick up if you can find these at a cheap price, you know, around $5 or $6 in the Canadian variant, and you doubled your money. Okay, yeah. So these three books right here, I bought these on accident. They must have slipped into my pile when I looked at them. I guess I didn't put them back into the to the short box. I guess I stuck them on top of the pile, and I paid for them. So we got Khazar 13 right here, the Lord of the Hidden Jungle, Khazar. So this is actually, these books are actually pretty cool. Like, I mean, I love those covers. And this one right here is in a nice condition. I mean, it has that normal wear around the staples and around the corners. But a nice condition book, $5. Can't go wrong. The next one was a Batman I was looking at and must have got stuck on my pile right here. Maybe I was thinking about my son because he's a huge Batman fan. But you can see on the edges there, those spine things. I normally wouldn't buy a book with that much spine damage. But cool cover. Cool Batman book right here, $2.97. So it's just before that number 300. So I think in that sense, it's a bit of a key. So nice little cool book there. So Fantastic Four Annual, number 15, another book that happened to land on my pile. So it does have a Doctor Doom front cover there. So that I like. This is actually a nice high grade annual book right here. So not a bad little pickup. So he wanted $8 for it. So I think I paid $5 or $6 for this. Was it worth $5 or $6? Yeah, why not? I probably can turn this book around for $10 one day or so, right? So I might have doubled my money on this one, but pure accident. And it's a great looking book too. So those three were on accident. So these two right here, I think these two, I nailed the deal, okay? These silver to early bronze books, the Flash number 200 and the Flash number 201, which are keys to me because those are the two books that are now into the 200s, right? And they're 15-cent books. So we got the Flash number 200, and you can see back here it says heavy water damage. That's right. Yeah, you can see all that water damage in there. I had two pieces of tape on the side, and so when I was taking the book out, I was an idiot and I didn't take the tape off the cover. So the tape got onto the front cover a little bit and took a piece, you can see right there, a piece of his suit off. It drives me nuts because I wanted to make this thing flawless without that thing. But now that's on there forever, and I can't color touch that back, and I won't. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this book back to normal, and you're gonna watch me do it. That's the plan. So we got Flash 200 there. That's a pretty dope book as well. We got the Flash 201, which is also a great book. See right here, heavy water damage. $3. So I think I paid $2 for this book. Wow. You kidding me? So I'm going to take all that water damage off. I'm going to straighten the book up. I'm going to throw it through the light box. This is going to be some of my best work coming up. Okay, guys, right here. Because that was a gem find. I thought this was an amazing find right here. The Amazing Spider-Man 235 in a Canadian variant. That is sweet. Not only is it an Amazing Spider-Man book under that 300 mark right there, it's also a Canadian variant, and it has the tarantula in it. It has Willow the Wisp in there. Spider-Man in the back right there. So very, very cool book. Very cool find right here in that Canadian variant. It does have a couple of spindings on the edge, as per usual. Unfortunately, it's got 1, and then you can see 2 and 3. But that pretty much is all the damage on this book, basically, except for the top. The top edge has a little bit of chatter. But other than that, a nice fine book. All right, so as you can see, I paid about $16 or $17 for this book with that 30% off. I'm not too sure, again, if you knew that this was a Canadian price variant or not. Maybe you just thought it was a newsstand. But you can see the difference here in value. Quite significant. So the direct issue sits around, it just reached over that $13 mark now. So on average, it's about $14 for a direct issue. But then if you look at a Canadian variant newsstand, okay, now it was sitting at just under $23 for quite some time before 2019. And then it just shot up in price here after 2022, okay? There must have been something that made it shoot up, but that's pretty cool right there. So to find one in a nice high grade at that 9.0 level is really, really cool for me. And you can see it sits at $36 selling on average. So I've already made about $20 on this book just buying it as is. So I think that's pretty cool. And that's why I love Canadian variants. All right, so I got 3 more books to show you guys, and I had to stop at my other store. They weren't having any sales, but you know you got to stop in and check things out. So I did find a Batman Canadian variant, so I thought that was dope. Number 370, one to add to the collection for sure. It does, of course, have those spindings, but other than that, check that out. So you can see here, this is a different price now. It sits at 95 cents, okay, from that 75 cents. So something to look for when you're looking at pricing. It's not just 75 cents or $1. It also is 95 cents. So that's a big one to look out for, but it has to have that barcode. Apart from that corner being crushed here and a little tear there and a couple of spindings, this book turns out very presentable. For 10 bucks, why not? Batman 370, 95 cent. So we'll just verify right here. You can see, okay, 95 cent variant. Okay, we just verified it. So that's verifying. If you're ever unsure if you got a Canadian variant right there, 95 cents. So if you look at the average price here at a 9.2, which this book isn't, it's just behind that 9.2, probably an 8.5, 9.0 range. A 9.2 it wouldn't be because it's got the corners crushed. You can't see it in the camera, but it is crushed, and that'll stop it from being a 9.2. But you can see here, $20. That is pretty sweet right there. I'm looking at that 9.0, 8.0 range, so $18 to $14. Still got a great deal on it. I paid 10 bucks for the book. $14 to $18 I can turn around tomorrow for that book. Okay, you can see even inside this graph here, the regular direct issue, $10. And then over the course of 2 years, the CPV value has jumped almost $4 to $5 in price on average, and is selling on average for that $20 value. So great book to pick up and to hold. And if you can find a Canadian variant like this one, my suggestion, just putting it away. So we got 2 good ones coming up here. House of the Secrets 92 cover homage, Origin of Swamp Thing Retold. This is Swamp Thing number 33. This is the homage cover, okay, from House of Secrets 92. I love this book right here. It's absolutely dope. I'm a huge Swamp Thing fan. I love the art in Swamp Thing. I just cannot get over the incredible art. So there's that book right there, number 33, Swamp Thing. And then we've got a banger for you to end it off, Swamp Thing number 8. Okay, it's sitting around that 8.0, 9.80 level. Okay, check it out, guys. Yeah, that's right, number 8. Bernie Wrightson. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So I paid $60 for this book. I did look at the book, so front and back. I know what I was getting. Okay, you can see a little bit of color, crease at the top there. Not a big deal. The book has never been pressed, never been cleaned. You can see a little bit of color taken off the bottom, but the edges are sharp. The edges are sharp, and it's rare to find these books with edges being sharp like that. This book is sick. Super, super sick. Look at that Wrightson art. I wasn't expecting to buy this book, but you know what? That's what happens for comic collectors. You see what you see on those walls, and sometimes you just have to buy them. All right, well, that's it for this one today. I hope you did enjoy this one. Please do hit that like button and subscribe. It gets out to the small community that we're at, and maybe others will enjoy this just as much as you did. All right, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on Monday.